How's it going, guys? This is Bloodborne, and basically I will introduce this kind of a three-part series. It's not a series, but basically it's a whole video about Bloodborne, and basically my experience about it. This is my very first time experiencing properly Bloodborne. And so I have decided to reinstall because like we had all of us had an opportunity of actually getting this game for free on a PlayStation Plus. So as a subscription, because you get free games every month, and Bloodborne was one of them. So I have tried already this game. I had big problems with the beast at the very first encounter of any enemy. It was pretty difficult. I have, as you can see as well, I will, I had some difficulties with it. I did manage to kill him. I will also introduce a live commentary about this. And just to see how far I will get from the beginning to the end of Bloodborne, and how far until I'm gonna get pissed off and uninstall the game. And I will also tell you exactly how far I'm going with this game, because right after the live commentary I will continue with my impressions about this game. And what has happened, what has not happened, and hopefully you will understand what I'm trying to explain and get at as well. So this time I'm going to be showing you the live commentary. This is the second part of the video basically, and then I will make my impressions right after I have experienced about 4 to 5, 6 hours of Bloodborne as well. Anyway, that will be the third part. Alright, so this is my very first encounter with any enemies, really. And so I just wanted to share this gameplay at the same time while live streaming it. It's not really live stream, but this is a live commentary. Basically, so yes, and then you can already see if I picked up those blood echoes, it means that I have died a few times already against this boss, or not really boss. So I'm having really big difficulties with this fella, and so I'm trying to utilize it as one more attack, and then he has one big bites right there like that. Then you can charge in. You learn from the enemy what is his weakness and stuff that he has, for example. So you utilize it. You see, that was a big attack he just makes. So when he does that, you can actually then take a big attack back at him. Give one more. It's gonna be. If I stand here, he'll just charge up at me. So I need to wait for him to come to me. Oh yeah, I guess I missed that opportunity. I guess you need to be very patient with this. I get it as well. I just don't see what I'm doing wrong in here. Like, I noticed that dodging mechanics, it's extremely like inconsistent. Maybe not. I don't want to say inconsistent. I'll say it's not responsive. It's kind of irritating. You see right there, that was my fault, honestly, because like I didn't time that dodging right. So that was my fault for sure. See right there, I dodged way too early. You can see the mistakes I'm making as well. I completely get it, but oh, come on. He's too close, like in charge up heavy. I don't know, man. Like, I don't have any portions that I could actually get my health back up. You see, like, this wolf fella is very difficult to deal with for me anyway. Yeah, right there, that was a complete disaster. I don't know. There's no canceling animations or anything like that. Maybe it's a good thing. It makes it more challenging. I get it. And if you dodge too early, you're screwed. If you dodge too late, you're screwed. If you dodge right on time, you still can mess up with the melee system after it. As you saw me, I did successfully dodge, but yet I did not go after the wolf himself to hit him a few times. I can already see his combos and what he does. Sometimes he could go launch for a very low attack only once. Sometimes, well, most of the times he does his combos like 2-3 times. He uses his mouth as well, and like in here, I tried to utilize. You see, it's gonna. Oh, you see, that was a small attack because he did not go with the. Okay, that was too early. Okay, now I can use my heavy charge attack. Okay, well, should probably use. Man, his health. Come on, come on. Where's his? You see, like sometimes he does do those attacks, sometimes he doesn't. I don't. So that was a big attack. I'm gonna mess up in here at this point. Well, I shouldn't really be letting him. There, you see, now he's. Now, that was a mess. That was a mess. Well, he just lunged right there, so I'm able to use his big. I have. You see, right there, look, this is my very, very first kill I did. And I have no idea what I just did. All I know that while I was behind his back, I pretty much made I charged up the heavy attack, and okay, as Bloodborne, right? That was Bloodborne. But anyway, basically, I charged up my heavy attack. Then I just simply pressed the R1, you know, go for light attack. But it seems like he did some kind of combo for like a finisher. Yeah, I guess it's cool. I guess it's cool. Well, I'm happy the way I did manage to go through the first enemy. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. Search the body, blood veil. Notes. Notes are usually like, as I understand, is more like tutorial sort of thing for you as well. Don't give up. Oh. And yeah, these sort of little indications. View notes. There's something else in here as well. Search. Quicksilver bullets. Oh, is this the one that I can use? Well, I need a crossbow of some sort, right? Or a weaponry or something, right? I'm not too familiar with, obviously, as you already guessed, I'm not familiar with this game. Perhaps. Like, in this point, I kind of want to go here. Open gate, closed by the other side. Okay. So, where are we going then? I just went out of there. Is there anything going on in here, perhaps? Nope. Guess not. Well, I guess there isn't any of these sort of collectibles, if you might understand as well. And, okay, let's open the gate. It seems like this is the one. No. I really want to get a weapon, to be honest with you. Notes. You kind of want to pick up this hat. A little bit, perhaps. Oh well, there's a body to search. Blood veil. Nothing here. View notes. Reeks of church. Kind of gives a little bit of a story background. Oh, whoop. Yes, I'm gonna go at him. I'm not too familiar with his attack pattern. So good. We should go. Well, he could burn me, right? Is there any other enemies behind me? Oh, he's trying to burn, I guess. It's easy enough to. Like, it's a little bit slow. Oh, you just missed me there, you dude. There we go, that's the attack I was doing on you. So that doesn't... Wait, so if... Oh, that actually is brilliant. Quicksilver bullets, some sort. Okay. This is my very, very first time ever being in this sort of area. I want to get a weapon, because I don't feel very confident without my weapon. Blood vial, some sort. I think that's for my health. A blood vial. I could. Oh. And there's 2 more enemies. This is not good. Is he shooting a weapon? No, he's not. Okay. Well, what I know and what I have learned from Blood. Did I just say that? Did I really just say that? Anyway, I need to split them up a little bit. How did I miss that?
Yeah, play green and red.
Damn it. Is that pretty bad?
Oh, you're clean.
God. Well, I had no choice. I had to go from here anyway. You see, I just messed up with the... What's the blood vial? If I use the top one, I'm only going to hit... I'm not too sure how to... There, triangle is the... There's one more enemy coming. Oh no! Guess that guy got stuck or something. Like, I want to do that. There he is. That's the bad guy.
It's all your fault! I'll mess
Come on,
up
come on,
your
come on.
brain! Oh God!
Yeah, I gotta get out. I gotta get out. I gotta split them up. Or oh no! Well, this is it. What the hell? Getting stuck in these environments is ridiculous.
Away! Away!
Man, it's kind of irritating the way. Oh, okay, that's very easy to change your auto aim on the specific enemy. Oh, I like the way you can actually hit them, two of them at the same time. Man. Well, they are very... I should have killed him. Yeah, I did. God damn.
Help me! Oh God! Away! Away!
There we go. Oops.
Oh God! Oh.
Well, he's almost done. Hey, don't get too greedy, that's the problem as well. Alright. I don't know even if I was supposed to take care of them without... That was a Magdol right there. I really want a weapon or something. Is there anything else in here? Because I came here for what? Search body, Molotov cocktail of some sort. Don't know what it is. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end it here for you guys. I will continue on playing and I will express my feelings and my opinion about this game. So, I have played Bloodborne about maybe 6 hours. Yeah, something like that. And is it challenging? I think so, yes. There are some tough moments in it, especially in a crowd control that you require to be making sure that that you have it all organized and in control. If not, then you're gonna get obliterated because, you know, enemies can take, well, tend to like 3 to hits on you and you're done. Sometimes even 2 to 1 as well. So basically, this is much of a continuation. You have already just seen me live commentating over it at the very first kill I've got on the beast and few humans. And off the commentary of, I was not recording unfortunately at this moment as well. Should have probably recorded it, goddammit. So I garnered the weapons, I learned how to use them, utilize them. There's 2 types of weaponries. You can make it range. Melee and also just a shorter melee as well, but you know, obviously you mean more damage. So basically I have chosen all of this. I've learned a lot more to it. Thank you as well for on the YouTube and stuff that I have looked through and the guides and system. And so here is my first impressions. This is the first impressions, it's not a review. Jesus, not even close to be a review. And basically, I don't think I will be ever playing Bloodborne ever again because there's just a very, very unfair kind of a spawn system that's happening. The checkpoint list, right? You spawn in, you will be going to be in that lamppost, the light, basically. And, you know, anytime you die, you go all the way back. And, you know, you pretty much have to do a whole thing again. You have to do exactly the same thing. Basically, it does not respect the time that you have, and that basically all this was meant nothing unless that you have not reached yet the next light post. And if you have not activated, then you're shit out of luck, basically. I hate this sort of things in games, and this is the main reason why I will not be coming back to Bloodborne ever again. Currently, I have already uninstalled it. It's not... It's a good game, I can clearly see. Remember I was telling you guys that it doesn't feel very responsive, the dodging and systems and sort of say, I got used to it. You know, it still isn't exactly, you know, responsive, but it does work when I tend for it to work, right? When I do mess up, it's completely my fault. I mess it up, I don't pay attention at the enemies perhaps, or when they swing their attacks, or maybe they try to kill me or use their weapons, for example. The beasts are the biggest problem as well, they're very, very, very tough. I got to the point where you met up at the very, under the city, so to say, right? I've met few new enemies, and there was rats on the very bottom. So it's, yes, you can already guess it's still like on the very first of those levels, like only if you play about maybe a professional or an expert could get there maybe like in an hour or two, I'll say, maybe like that. Me personally, it took me a lot longer. Obviously, this was my very, very, very first time getting to this far on Bloodborne. And it's fun. I can definitely see why people love it so much, and it's definitely not for me. I hate games when there's no such a checkpoint list, because I'm not playing this game to have a challenge. I'm playing to have this game as a fun. I don't want to have challenging myself for this, you know what I mean? Killing enemies and dodging, utilizing how they move, how they swing at you with their axes or perhaps their pitchforks, or monsters attack you. That's fun. I love that. Absolutely love that. It's my favorite one of those types of games. But if you die, you pretty much are fucked up, and you lose all of your save until the very last of the light post that you have enabled. Nope. That's not how I'm gonna go about these things. If I'm gonna say it right now, if Sekiro Shadow Die Twice has the same ingredient of this, like you need to go to the light post, and then, you know, if you have not activated it, then you are pretty much shit out of luck. You lost all your save files, your inventory stuff, you know, blood vials, wherever, you know, all those ingredients that you require to upgrade your weapons, to get the better health systems. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's a lot of Bloodborne people that like this sort of game. I can completely understand and completely get why this game garners so much attention. It's not for me, and I'm definitely not going to be playing it. I already have uninstalled it. It's just not worth it. It does not respect my time, and if that's the case, it's not fun. It really is not fun. So basically, let me just tell you, maybe I might as well tell you. So basically, this is their first part of the level. I'm sure everyone knows about this. Basically, there's a first level part that you go up the ladder, right? It's actually right after I have finished the live commentary. And you go up the ladder, and basically you activate the lamp. So there's your checkpoint. So you continue on from there. You require to make sure there's a lot of guys with pitchforks and weapons and stuff. There's one dog as well where a bonfire is. There beast fire is, and they're all around that bonfire. So you need to make sure you go one or two at a time. Take it easy. Do not take a whole crowd at you or you get obliterated. And I completely understand. I can see as well. I strategized a little bit, and I took it without a problem. I didn't even die once. So basically after that, I took care of all those enemies. There was a monster that was knocking on the door. I took care of him. It was pretty easy, to be honest. There was a few of 3 or 4 dogs and also 3 of these pitchfork fellas. Took care of them. They were all in one area. They're pretty easy to take care. Then you had to go down the city, and there's like more mutated sort of monsters, sort of say, right? And there's on the very bottom, there's like 3 or 4 rats, giant rats. So basically, well, you know how it is, because the dodging system isn't exactly fair, it's not very responsive, so I've dodged out of the way of the enemy hitting me, and I fell down the rats. I died there, I got pissed off, it's like, what the fuck, and then I waited, and it spawned me all the way back before even I have organized and killed all the crowd. So I've done all this again, and after this I have went further down than I have initially done it at first, and guess what? Exactly same shit happened again, but it was further on down, by the way. So basically, I got obliterated by those rats on the very bottom, and I could not get away, unfortunately, and so basically, there was just too many enemies on the very bottom, the bottom floor. So you know, it's just not a hope for you. It's just very, very difficult. I know I have to utilize my weapons and stuff that I got, like a bolt shock, pistols and stuff. You know, there you have two choices. And so, yeah, I've died there again, got pissed off, and sure, whatever. You know, typical. This happens. So until I realized that you lose everything again and you start up all over again. This does not respect my time, and I don't see how this is fun. I completely get why people have that such a awesome sense of achievement when you obliterate the boss. I love that as well. I completely agree. I can definitely see it in here. You feel good when you kill an enemy that was tough, genuinely tough, and yet you got that. You've gotten it, finally. Now that's awesome. I love that. But if the checkpoint doesn't really work exactly, like I agree, have it, sure. Let Bloodborne have this sort of checkpoint. But give the option of saying, okay, there's some automatic checkpoints that happens to you. You die, you go back a little, but not too far. You lose all the stats, your progress, your inventory stuff. And I get it, this is how Bloodborne is made. This is how Bloodborne works. Completely get it. If that's the case, then this game's not for me. And I really hope Sekiro Shadow Die Twice is not exactly like with the checkpoint system. I'm going to be researching a lot more about this game, Sekiro Shadow Die Twice, and if it has a similar thing with the checkpoints, if you have to activate it, and when you go through the enemies, you die at the very near end somewhere, right, and then you get pulled way back where you have initially activated the very recent checkpoint. And if that's the case, I'm not going to get the game 100%. I'm not even going to continue uncovering it through. Because I'm not down for those sort of types of games. Sure, I am definitely looking for a challenge. As I mentioned, I like killing bosses, utilize their strategies, making sure to see how their combo works. I love that. It's fantastic. Love it. But if you die and you go all the way back pretty much to the beginning of the game, might as well say at the beginning of the game, really. And all that time was wasted, and no thanks. And plus, the worst thing possible, all the enemies spawn back. No thanks. It's rather easier for me to run right through. But you know how it doesn't really work either, because, you know, every one of them is going to be going after you. Dogs will kill you, gunshots will kill you, anything will kill you. You're like 2 hits, you're dead, maybe 3 hits sometimes, you're dead. And no, it just does not respect my time. Fuck the game. Thank you so much. This was still an amazing experience that I never will be getting back to it. It's just not for me. If it does not respect the time for me, no thanks. It's not fun. It's not fun. I can definitely see the sense of achievement, but not utilizing the fun of it. Well, here's my first impressions. Maybe it will change. Maybe after another year or two, I'll give it a shot again. I actually really do doubt it, to be honest. I'm gonna take a look at the Sekiro Shadow Die Twice. Does it have the same shit as does Bloodborne? And the worst part about it, Dark Souls series have the same thing. I did not notice. That was my big gripe about it. I really did not like it, unfortunately. But anyway, you can tell me down in the comments what you think. I completely get it. This is how Bloodborne works. And if that's the case and people love this, man, this is great to see that people love this, you know? It's basically telling you that, you know, do not die. Makes sense. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. I did not expect to make this sort of commentary this long. And this... Yeah, that's interesting. I did not expect to make such a long video about this. Anyway, it's just kind of a progression through the story and the gameplay of my first impressions, my first experience of Bloodborne, from the beginning to kind of pretty much till the end. Well, not the story, obviously, but until the end of me uninstalling the game after. And pretty much getting, pretty much already knowing that I would not be going for the finishing this game. Either way, it's just my opinion, guys. Tell me down in the comments, do you like Bloodborne? Perhaps you don't. It will be interesting to read through. Anyway, have an awesome day. Like and subscribe as always. And yeah, it's my opinion. If you feel that Bloodborne is an amazing game and I'm wrong, tell me down in the comments. It's always interesting to hear. Anyway, have a good one.